Alright folks, how you doing? Russell, TrueResults303.com. Check out the website, link in the description box. Mind, body, spirit, fitness. Put in the healing back in health. Once again, when you're at the website, sign up for the free newsletter. Check out the free download, Setting Goals, Fitness, Nutrition. Check us out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. The podcast is out there, True Results 303. Coming at you today with a video on stopping sweaty hands. I already made this video. This has to be a part 2 now. Alright? I always tell people, comment in the comment box. Leave me a message. And, I'll work with you. So I had a dude, he actually messaged me. And I want to thank him. His name's Tristan. I like the name. I got a nephew named Tristan right now. So, little guy. This guy's actually from Africa. Right? So he messaged me. He saw the video on my Facebook page. I don't even think he saw it on the YouTube channel. Of course, it's the YouTube video, but so he said there's a lot of issues. I expressed some of the issues I had with it. So he said he's tried lotions. This has been something that's been going on for a long time. He's tried lotions and a bunch of other stuff, and nothing seems to happen. He wants to get into the business world, and it's just uncomfortable shaking people's hands. And I think I mentioned it as well. For me, it was uncomfortable holding people's hands in church. So I wanted to come up with it. I hope this is going to help you, my man. You got my email address. If you're watching this, it's trueresults303@gmail.com or at Yahoo. No E. Check that out. So the first thing, my man, is it says in here, you don't like to hold your girlfriend's hand because of this. And that's the first thing. The only way to get over it is hold your lady's hand if she don't care. I know it makes you feel insecure, but you got to hold your lady's hand. First of all, it's just going to get you used to holding someone's hand. So it's just going to help you overcome that mental block of, oh my God, I'm about to hold someone's hand. Because unfortunately, it's an anxious thing. Anxiety. You mentioned that in your email. You have anxiety over this. And this is how it was for me at church as well, right? You've got to hold that person's hand by the time we're about to say the Our Father. Oh my goodness, it's coming. And they're just going and they're just draining, right? So hold your lady's hand. Show her you love her. You said you've been dating her for a long time. So first of all, hold your lady's hand. That's number one, my man. All right? You got to hold your lady's hand. Okay? I know it's uncomfortable. You might have to, do something like that every once in a while. Hold your lady's hand, though. Okay? I know I asked, so the one thing I want to talk about, I should have done a little bit more research, is they talk about breathing, right? So when you start breathing through your chest, up here, see how my hands are moving? Watch my hands. Right? Versus my belly. You want belly breathing. See that belly? So big belly breaths, right? So when you're breathing through your belly, that's the normal way our body is supposed to function. Once we're up here, that's that fight or flight mode, right? That's like panic mode. That's like I'm being chased by a tiger. I'm about to be eaten alive, right? So the first thing I want to tell you to do is focus on your breathing. And I got to the point for me, I did this for like months. And it had nothing to do with sweaty hands. It was just breathing is normal. You said you go to church, so I'm assuming you're a Christian. And you've got to understand that, right? God molded us from the dirt, and then He breathed into us. Right? That's one thing that we do that we never think about. Do you ever think about the way you breathe? Once I started focusing on my breathing, I would actually go to parties, family functions, and I'd be looking at people, and I'm talking to them, and I'm looking at everybody's up here. Like panting like a dog. So first I want you that deep belly breath, especially when you're in those anxious moments, right? So big belly breaths. And the way I got to it to where I was trying to take 3 to 4 breaths a minute. Big belly breath. So in as big as you can, getting that belly as far out as you can, and then breathing out. Getting that belly in as tight as you can to where you're trying to push out that last bit of air. Same thing, you're trying to pull in that last bit of air. You're trying to push out that last little bit of air. And breathing, really breathing. You really only need to be breathing 4-5 breaths a minute tops. And everywhere I would go, I'm driving in my car, I'd be breathing. Watching TV, I'm breathing. When I'm praying, I'm breathing. Breathing, breathing, breathing. It's something we don't think about. And I want you to really focus on your breathing, trying to get you out of that fight or flight mode and into that normal state with the body. Letting the body know that you are okay. So same thing, before you're going into these events and you know you have to meet people, focus on that breathing, okay? Really big, deep breaths. Then the next thing you need to know is, I asked you in the email, how's your public speaking? And you said, whatever, but I don't really do it. I don't do it. I would never volunteer, is what you said. And I think, in my opinion, I think that is fear of public speaking, because we always had to do it in school. So in my opinion, it's write a list down of what terrifies you the most. What scares you the most, and you do it. And you do it over, and you do it over, and you do it over, and you do it over it again. I don't know what it is. You only know what it is. You got the email address. You can always message me. Let me know. I can bounce more ideas off of you. But once again, it's doing the things that terrify you the most. Holding people's hands. Hold your girlfriend's hand. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. If you have to, use a glove. If that makes you feel a little bit better. Okay? Maybe you start with the glove, then you take the glove off. The glove as well is going to be bringing heat to you, so you might sweat a little bit more. But once again, it's holding her hand. We need to make sure we breathe, and then you need to make sure that you do anything that terrifies you, because you need to overcome your fears. You need to be comfortable in your own skin, and right now you are not comfortable in your own skin. And the only way to be comfortable in your own skin is to tackle every fear that you have in your life, whatever it is. You talk about it. Anything. You need to make sure that you are doing this. But once again, I think the most important thing is going to be the breathing, the holding your lady's hand, and just conquering fear after fear. Fear after fear. And it's living in the moment. I know where you're at with this anxiety thing, but you need to live in the moment, right? So this is what I've heard, and I heard it said best, anxiety is living in the future. What's going to happen. Right? Because you're anxious. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Depression is living in the past. We need to be in the moment. So somehow we need to be able to take our mind off of, I'm about to hold a hand, I'm about to shake somebody's hand. And you got to truly be able to live in the moment. Mm-hmm. Right? Anxiety is the future. Depression is the past. We need to find the middle. And once again, for me, man, it was that spiritual journey. And like I said, it was that spiritual journey, knowing my areas of improvement, whatever they are. Mine are going to be different than yours. Yours are going to be different than the next person. And you need to truly just start to tackle every fear, every struggle, everything that you think could be bothering you. You need to go out there and you need to tackle it and you need to overcome it and you need to start doing these things. Because we talk about the sweatiness. I remember this. I had to give a speech in ninth grade. Oh, I was terrified. Like you said, I didn't volunteer at all, but I had to go up. I'm a sweaty armpit guy too. Like my armpits used to sweat as bad as my hands. I don't know if you have to deal with that either. I do. But I remember giving that speech and I was up there and I was terrified. And I swear, man, I saw some sweat drip right off my armpit and just start dripping off my elbow in the middle of the speech. And I was even more terrified. So once again, man, it's just getting out there, tackling anything that is, that you think is scary and you are afraid of. And last but not least, just tell people. I've said that before at church too. It's like, I don't want to hold your hand. I got really sweaty hands right now. I'm not going to hold it, and just letting people know, getting it out there, letting people know you have sweaty hands, That's what I do. Even come to the part, like if you're with your boys, you're with your friends, you're with your uncles, just go for the hug. Where I'm from, my family, we hug, man. We hug. But you just got to do all those things, and I promise it's going to help you. I know it probably seems stupid right now, and you were like, I wanted more. But trust me, this is what it's going to take. And like I said, I think I might have said it in the email. It's going to get worse before it gets better because you got to start tackling all these fears. Right? You got to start doing all these things. You got to start holding their hand. You got to start going through all these crazy things in life. But it's going to happen. You start now. You said you were 19. I think you said you were 19 or 21. What'd you say here? 21. From South Africa. accounting student. So, like I said, my man, just start doing it. You don't like to volunteer? Next time you got to give that speech in class, you the first one to do it. Just boom, going for it. Be terrified. It's all good. It's going to help you. I promise you. I promise you. It helped me. It's going to help you. It's going to get worse before it gets better, but stick with it, and I promise you. Once again, you got my email, my man. So email me, let me know what's going on. I'll try to hit you back every once in a while. Keep watching my other videos, all these self-improvement videos. That's why I told you the first time. Subscribe to the channel. Look at all these other self-improvement videos. Find your path for God. I know you're going to accountant. Maybe that's not really where you want to be. Maybe that's not really where God wants you to be. I don't know these things. You've got to be honest with yourself. You got to have that conversation with God. Have these heart-to-hearts with your lady. If you have fear that she's going to leave you one day or maybe, whatever, you just got to be open with anybody that you meet. And I think it's going to help you greatly. You got to stop holding it in. And of course, it's just try to be as nice as you can. Try not to be rude, but, just be upfront with people. Anybody you meet, So I hope this helps, my man. I hope this is what you were looking for. Please comment. And once again, let me know what your journey's like. All right? So once again, anybody, there might be other people watching. Don't forget to follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. The podcast is out there. Subscribe to the channel. Share and like these videos.